This is High Point Solution Stadium, and this is the season premiere of Our Football with Chris Ash. I'm Bruce Beck. Coach, great to be back with you.
Yeah, thanks for coming back. It's one of the best moments of the week.
I don't know about that, but Coach, when we look at the Washington game, a heck of a football game for the Scarlet Knights. A lot of people said, this is progress, and yet you, after the game, said, I'm really disappointed. So how do you balance the two?
Yeah, well, it was progress. Our team came out, and if you're just looking to pass the eye test, we did. We looked better. We played better, but that's not what it's about. It's about getting the victory.
What about the ferocity of your defense, especially in the first half?
Yeah, first half we played a great game. We got a little tired when they started going tempo in the third quarter. We struggled to get some substitutions in and out and keep guys fresh, but it was a great first game. Again, there were still too many mistakes to make it a great game. It was a good first game is probably the best way to describe it.
Kyle Bolin, 2 touchdown passes, 2 interceptions, 24 for 34 for 178 yards. How do you evaluate his start?
Just like everybody else, he did a good job in a lot of the game. Had 2 critical errors where he tried to force the ball in certain situations and created turnovers, but he showed tremendous leadership and composure out on the field. He executed the offense the way we wanted him to execute it. He got guys lined up.
Looking, fires, touchdown, and the Scarlet Knights march it right down the field on their opening drive.
His touchdown pass to Janarian Grant, though, was right through a tight window. That was beautifully executed.
Yeah, he had 2 touchdown passes, one to Janarian to start the game, and one to DeCoven Bailey there at the end, and both of them were very well-thrown balls. He threw a lot of really good passes throughout the course of the game, but it started with that one to Janarian, which was an outstanding one in the red zone.
In terms of your running game, you looked at your 2 different running backs. Do you feel like you're getting a little bit of different things from each guy?
Yeah, really, we played 3 running backs in the game. We had Gus Edwards, who started the game. He's a big back. He's a physical back, but he's got good feet for his size. Rob Martin came in and provided a little bit more quickness and speed and ran hard. And then Raheem Blackshear, freshman, came in, and he's a little jitterbug back there, and he did a nice job, made some people miss in the open field. So I really like our running back group right now. When you factor Josh Hicks also into that group, I think we've got 4 running backs that can give us really good production throughout the year.
Browning under pressure, set, loose. I mean, what an amazing play for Rutgers on a 3rd down.
Davis's sack was a play that ESPN showed over and over. What about the individual effort?
Yeah, Davis always gives great effort. You know, we talk to the players all the time. If you go out and just consistently do your job, big plays are going to happen. And that's what Davis does. Last year he had a fumble recovery, and they took it back for a touchdown against Indiana. It's just because he does his job, and he does it extremely well, and he does it consistently. Big plays happen for that young man.
Jerome Washington had 6 grabs in this game, the most by a tight end since Tyler Croft, who was a pretty good football player. To employ that type of weapon with your offense, what does it mean overall?
I love us being able to use tight ends, and Jerome is a great combination of a receiver and a blocker. He can do it both, and he's going to have a phenomenal season for us, and he's going to have a great career here at Rutgers.
You controlled the football. You had the ball for almost 40 minutes in this game. Is that a philosophy that you're going to continue to employ, or do you think that you'll allow the offense to open up a little as the season unfolds?
Well, it's all based on, I mean, the offense is opened up. I mean, but it's all based on the opponent that you play. What do they allow you to do? You know, they had a really good pass rush. They play a coverage, a deep third coverage where it keeps things in front of them. To be able to sit back there and play action, take shots, it takes time. And Washington doesn't give you a lot of time, and they don't let you get behind them very often. So I think we dominated the number of snaps that we got in that game, the time of possession, the 3rd downs, the rushing yardage, a lot of positive things that went in our favor. But the number one thing is we just didn't get enough points.
Chris, what did you think of the atmosphere for a home opener?
I thought it was great. School's not back in session until Tuesday, and the fact that we had so many students here, it was great. The Scarlet Walk was the best it's been since I've been here. But I thought for the Labor Day weekend, everyone's talking about going to the shore and all that stuff. We had a lot of people here, and it really made a difference in the environment and the way our players played. I really believe that.
What'd you learn about your football team in this first game?
That we have tremendous potential. And if we clean up the mental errors that we had in critical situations, I like the talent that we have. I like the toughness. I like the competitive spirit, the brotherhood. They didn't get down when Washington had that punt return for a touchdown. Everyone's disappointed, and it kind of sucks the air out of the stadium. But our players responded well. You know, that wasn't necessarily the end of the game. We were still in a great football game when we came out of that tunnel at halftime because of the way our players responded. I love that about them.
So you lost to a team that was ranked number 8 in the nation, that went to the playoff last year. Do you think this is a good start in terms of going forward here? I know a loss never serves as a springboard, but is it a solid place to start in your mind?
It is in some regards. You know, again, none of us came here to be satisfied with playing a top opponent close. That's not what we want to do. You know, until I watched the film, I would have probably felt a little bit better about what we did, but when I watch the film and I see the missed opportunities that we had to actually go out and win that football game, that's what's so disappointing. But I am encouraged by what we did. We'll clean up the issues that we had. We had 22 new players take their first snap in a Rutgers uniform Friday night. We'll clean up some of the issues that we had and hopefully go on and play some of our best football as we get into Big Ten play.
Be honest, Chris, coaches are never happy, right?
Very few. Could always play better.
When we come back on Our Football with Chris Ash, much more about the Scarlet Knights, and we'll look ahead to the next opponent. Stay with us.